What up, y'all? It's the Sports Mix. Big Kenny checking in, man. So I had to weigh in on this Deion Sanders possibly going to University of Colorado, man, leaving Jackson State. But before I do that, man, hey, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. Appreciate all y'all support, man. Thank y'all for checking out my videos. As y'all see, I'm on the move. I'm driving, on my way somewhere. But I had to give my little 2 cents, man, on Deion Sanders, man, and possibly moving on to Colorado, University of Colorado. It's not official. I haven't heard anything official yet, but I guess he'll make an announcement after the SWAC championship game. That's probably just kicked off. It's a little bit after 4 o'clock, so he probably gonna make an announcement probably after the game. So my feeling on it is a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed, man. I was hopeful that Deion could stay there for a few more years, with his high profile and all of the positive movement that the university have made, Jacksonville State has made since he's been there, since he took the job in 2020. He's won 2 titles back to back, for 2 SWAC championships back to back. You know what I'm saying? He's really changed the profile of, or at least put a spotlight on HBCUs and HBCU athletics. That they are a viable option for athletes coming out of high school or guys that's looking to find a better situation. HBCU athletics are viable. If the schools have the funding and they have the ability to, not necessarily compete with the Power 5 schools on the field, but just being able to offer kids a place to play, number one, and then number two, giving them the opportunity to grow, man, and to really come into their own as young men or young ladies if they play, other sports. So so like I say, the disappointing part for me is that I was hopeful that he would have stayed there, at least 5 years, 5 maybe 6 years. Really not only continue putting the spotlight on Jackson State, but helping other HBCU programs along the way. And I know that's something that he's done thus far, is that Coach Prime is what it goes by, has helped other HBCU programs get financing, get upgrading their facilities. He's taking Jackson State basically from, if you look at some of the video, I've never been to the campus personally, but you just look at some of the videos from when he first got there to how they upgraded the field and upgraded the facilities and all of the stuff that he's been getting, been able to do, getting donations from celebrities and people just wanting to help. And I think it was a noble effort, really, man, to get people out there supporting HBCUs. He really shined the spotlight on HBCUs. I'm an HBCU graduate, Coppin State, Baltimore, Maryland. So I understand the need to want that spotlight to shine on your universities. I understand the need to want just better for those students that attend HBCUs. And so in that aspect, again, like I said, I was hopeful that he would have stayed longer. And again, it's not official yet, but I'm assuming that at some point this evening after this SWAC championship game that it'll become official that he'll take the coaching job at Colorado University or University of Colorado. So on the other hand, I'll say that I understand the move. You know, I understand the move because, you know, number one, it's Deion Sanders. And so he's a guy that probably didn't need the money. So he wasn't there for the money. Him personally. He wasn't there for the money. I think part of why he took the job was that I've understood that he's applied for other jobs prior, other bigger jobs, and wasn't really given the opportunity to show or given the opportunity to take the job to show what he could do in a university or at a university, no matter what size it was. And so I think I'm coming to Jackson State, taking a program that nobody really talked about other than people that lived in Jackson, Mississippi, and you know, alumni and all that. And they were the national story. They were a national story. I know we covered them a couple times on the Sports Mix. You know, we just had a show a couple weeks ago where we talked about it. One of my guests on the round table, Melvin, went down there for the homecoming and just talked about the atmosphere. And I mean, all that's Coach Prime, man. Coach Prime created the atmosphere down there for a football band and created some real energy on that campus and around that program, and then around that area, the Jackson area. I mean, they say that the economy is booming, you know, at this time, and a lot of it's got to do with Coach Prime and what he's done at Jackson State. And so I hear or have heard that you know, Coach Prime, you know, he's been on several interviews from what all the reports are saying. It's not just Colorado. He's interviewed with a couple other major programs or Power 5 programs. This you know, this cycle of you know, coaching. I mean, this cycle of interviews or this round of interviews, or whatever. So I've heard him talk about this, that, you know, again, like I said, he's not tripping about the money. The money was never the issue for him, you know, but because Jackson State doesn't operate with a big budget, you know, they're not able to pay the assistants really what they're worth, what they should be getting paid. And you know, that's a problem, you know, so he doesn't have the budget to pay the assistants the way that they should be getting paid. And that's probably that's probably an issue with all HBCUs. You know, they all have that issue where, you know, they're not able to pay staff, and so you're going to have turnover. You're going to have high turnover as guys, you know, get their credentials and enhance their resumes at HBCUs. They're going to have opportunities to go to bigger schools, Power 5 schools with bigger budgets, and they'll move on. And, you know, you'll see head coaches at HBCUs take assistant roles at Power 5 schools, or even go to the NFL to become become an assistant coach, because there's just the money, you know, the finances are better, the pay is a lot better. So, you know, that's a factor. You know, I think also Coach Prime is I mean, he wants to prove, just like everybody else, you know, we can do this. We can not only do this at Jackson State, we can do this at, you know, Colorado, you know, or whatever other big school that want to give me an opportunity. So that's another part of it. Coach Prime, man, has proven in this little short time that he's a builder. He can come in, he can change the culture. He's connected. This you talking about one of the greatest football players that's ever played the game of football. So the connections he has from, not just players, but I mean coaches, executives. I mean he's connected at every media. He's connected at every level of the game. So, he's able to do things that, a lot of other coaches couldn't just because of who he is. So I'm one to believe, man, he'd be successful pretty much anywhere he went. I believe that he will be successful in any place that he goes to just because of, who he is and how connected he is. Now, the thing of it is, I don't think he's a guy that's going to stick around for a long time. I don't think he's somebody that's going to, do 10, 15 years somewhere. I don't think that he's that. I think he's a guy that he's going to come in. He's going to get whatever it is he can get out of a situation, and he'll be on to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Deion Sanders as somebody that's going to coach until, he's 60, 70 years old. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that. I don't see that. And that's just my opinion. The third aspect of this whole thing is, I'm not sure how the players are going to feel, because he can't take everybody. I know that, he'll probably transfer his boys out. His sons will probably transfer and go with him. You wonder about the young man Travis Hunter, who he turned down Florida State to go to Jackson State. Will he transfer and move on with Coach Prime? Those are going to be the questions that come next. Who's going to go with him? From the staff? Are there going to be guys from the staff that's going to go? I mean, the players are going to transfer out, not just to go with him, but just transferring out of their period because they came there for Coach Prime. So it's going to be some turnover with the players, but you just wonder, how these players feel about coaches moving on, and like I say, this is a reality in all of college sports. All coaches, who have some level of success at the college level are going to be tempted to take an offer at a bigger school or at the professional level, or that at least their names will come up and stuff. And so, this is something that, is pretty much par for the course. And you hate to see the kids get caught up in it, but it's a business. And if you watch the Sports Mix and you've heard me talk about the business of sport, the business of sport is ugly. You know what I'm saying? The business of sport is something that can really turn you off if you pay attention to it, right? The business of sport, man, is ugly because the business of sport does not consider the fan and the fan that loves Team X or Team Y. The business of sport, bless me, the business of sport doesn't consider that. And when I talk about the business of sport before, I was talking about it from a player's perspective. How the players, we love players. We tend to love teams, and then we fall in love with these players, and then player becomes a free agent, and player moves on and goes to, another situation, and the fans are kind of left, holding the bag or just a little sad and upset that, these guys, they left us, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm always one to say, love your team. Players come and go. Coaches come and go. Team stays the same. Unless your team up and leaves, and that's in the professionals. But colleges, man, love your team for whatever reason you love them. And just stick with the team. You know what I'm saying? Players transfer. Players are going to go to different schools. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Coaches are going to leave. Coaches are going to go for bigger opportunities, better opportunities. It's just part of the business of sport. And I just implore people, man, not to get caught up in the business of sport. Don't allow the business of sport to turn your love of sport or said team, in a different way. And that's kind of all that I had, man. And I'm sure there's going to be some more discussion about this whole situation moving forward. It's going to be more to say. It's going to be more to talk about in the coming days, especially once it's official. It becomes official that Coach Prime is either going to go or he's going to stay or whatever's going to happen. So I'm sure it's going to be much more to talk about, moving forward. I'm just hopeful, man, that, it's done peacefully. It's not a lot of kids that's going to be left upset and hurt, that Coach Prime rolled out on them. I'm just hopeful that, whatever happens, man, it happens for the best, and everything happens for a reason, and it could be that the next person that steps up into that job is going to take Jackson State to the next level. You know what I'm saying? They're going to take them to the next level. So I just wanted to give my little opinion on it. Been rambling for a little bit, almost 18 minutes, 18, 19 minutes or so. But I thank y'all for sticking in there with me, for tuning in. Again, man, I want y'all to like, comment, share, man. I like to hear some opinions. I like to hear what y'all thoughts are on Coach Prime leaving. Again, man, great job at Jackson State. I think, man, he did what a lot of people thought couldn't be done at a HBCU. He did it in short order. It's only been 3 years, man. He did it in short order. Got a lot done. He playing for a SWAC championship today. And if he is going to make it official and he's moving on, congratulations, Coach Prime. Congratulations to all parties involved, man. And like I say, if he moves on from Jackson State, that means the door's opening up for somebody else to get a job. You know what I'm saying? So it's a continual swinging door, man. One door opens for somebody, one door closes for somebody, and then another one opens for someone else. So, I'm just wanted to give my little 2 cents on it, and we'll see, man. We're gonna see what's gonna happen, because there's gonna be a lot to be talking about moving forward. I know it's not gonna be just open and shut. It'll be some discussion about it, and I'll probably have a podcast, and me and the fellas will talk about it on the round table, man. But I wanted to give my little 2 cents on it, and hopefully, hopefully it's a smooth transition. But we know, change is change, man. So things happen. But Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. I've been running my mouth. I'm driving. And just wanted to talk about it. Just to get my little 2 cents worth off my chest. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. Like, comment, share, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. We coming. Sports Mix. Peace.